So we start by sitting in a comfortable seated position. And you can keep your eyes open or closed, and you begin just by noticing how you feel. Noticing you're sitting, noticing the temperature of the room, noticing what you're smelling, what you're feeling, noticing if you're feeling sadness or happiness or anger. And you begin by just noting these things, by saying, thinking, sitting, feeling sad or feeling happy. And then you just continue to do this for a while, just labeling things. No. Shh, relax. It's okay. You're not trying not to think, you're just trying to label that you're thinking, label that you're hearing if you're hearing something. And this practice will help you to start to recognize labeling things in everyday life, just creating more awareness and presence to your current existence. So the practice is also translated in walking. So you are lifting, moving, placing your feet, and that keeps you grounded in the present moment. And then you notice your thoughts or how you're feeling, what you're hearing, what you're seeing as you're meditating, but it almost puts you in a trance-like state that helps to calm and make you feel more peaceful. So we'll try just a few minutes of just sitting and just observing how we're feeling. And if we're thinking that we're thinking, and just labeling it, thinking, sitting, hearing. You can use your breath as an anchor. You can come back to your breath, realizing that you're inhaling and exhaling. And you can think of your mind as clear glass, and what you put into it changes the color of the glass. So your mind is reflective of what you put in it. So if you have red in the glass will be red. If you have clear, the glass will be clear. And you can also think of your mind, if you're angry, you can think of your mind as cooling, the anger like cooling a hot coal. It's your mind thinking about being angry and letting it go. The other aspect of Vipassana meditation is metta, and that is loving kindness meditation, which is really nice. It's my favorite. And you can think of it, you begin by wishing yourself, may you be well, may you be at peace, and may you be at ease. And And you do that for yourself, and you can picture like a ball of light in your heart, and it grows as you're thinking of these things. So you start with yourself, and then you focus on, may you be well, may you be at peace, may you be at ease, may you be safe from suffering. And then you can expand to something neutral, which I use Wally because he's very neutral and I love him very much, but you can use a more neutral thing. But sometimes people use their dogs or an animal, or you can do like a person at the grocery store or someone that you feel neutral about, and you wish them, may you be well, may you be at peace, may you be at ease. And you do that for a little bit, and then you move on to someone that you love very much, like your parents. You say, may you be well, may you be at peace, may you be at ease. And then you can move to someone you dislike, which is a harder one. You're kind of moving upwards, and then you do the same for them, and then you do for the whole world. And you're kind of picturing this ball growing, the light growing. In this practice, it's they say a very good form of karma, but generally it's just a very nice practice. It feels very nice, and sometimes I feel warm when I'm doing it, and it is very nice. So we can do that now. And you can continue on doing that. And another aspect within the meditation when you're observing things is to observe if it's pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. And that's very important because you're beginning to label the attachment you feel to something, and the practice is to have non-attachment, because attachment is what brings suffering. So if you can label something is unpleasant, you're pushing it away. You inadvertently want to push it away, but if you realize that if something's unpleasant, that feeling passes, and the transient nature of that feeling, and you sit with it, and you don't try to push it away, but you just allow it, you realize that it will pass. Same for a pleasant feeling. If you have a food that you like, you eat it, but you realize that it's a very fleeting feeling, and you can't really hold on to it very long. So we tend to want to hold on to things that we find pleasant and push things away that we find unpleasant. And the practice is to help us not to do that, to just let things be as they are and not hold on and not push away. And so the labeling is very important as well, because it helps us to realize that we do have attachments to things and we do have aversions to things, and that helps in the practice as well. Yeah, that's basically a little guided meditation, and you can continue on in your practice after this as well. Love you!